Alright. Cheers, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Zemalf, and let's play some Dwarf Fortress. Let's go back to Woodfight, the first fortress for already nearly dead civilization that we started rebuilding. We are 12 years into this fort, and we have been peacefully building up our skills, defenses, everything in the quiet corner of the world. And yesterday on the previous stream, we started making the world aware of us. And related to that, I will start with that actually, because we have this raid going on, and they have still not returned. I think I know the reason with 99% certainty, because I think this war dog right here should be with them. So I will let this war dog go. And I'm pretty sure after that everything will go normally. So I remembered I heard someone mention, or I read somewhere, that if war animal that was supposed to be in there, or a dwarf who was supposed to be in the raid, that others go there but they don't return before everyone is there. And I'm pretty sure this one is supposed to be there. So let's actually start with this. As I noticed, I did check the pastors. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so probably in a couple of days the rest of the war party will actually get away now that war dog joined them. I'm pretty sure that's the only one who we had left. All the dwarves themselves are in there already. So that's probably why they took such a long time for a 3 days trip. That they were missing one dog. Anyway, so what we will do today is hopefully get in war with those goblins, so that we can invite them into our renewed trap corridor. So through our trade depot, enemies would go through a minecart grinder, light speed duo of platinum minecarts continuously going around in these corridors if we so want to, through the grinder, into a hall where we have a flamethrower, as I call it, a forgotten beast that breathes fire, captured behind fortifications that we can use by lowering this bridge to breathe fire into whoever is here nearby. At least that's what I hope it will do. It did kill 8 other forgotten beasts in the cavern too, before we captured it here. But still, the flamethrower has not been tested yet. And if something makes it through these ones, we have a corridor full of upright spear traps, 10 menacing spikes each, powered by a minecart repeater that will make these tick every 90-95 ticks in the game. So yeah, we are pretty well prepared for anything that the game might throw at us, and I hope to test this with a large number of enemies, preferably goblins. So hopefully our raid will irritate them enough to actually start raiding us. But yeah, I think that's where we left off, and that's where I will continue. I did notice up here on the surface we have more elephant calves that have been born. They breed like super fast. So I will think it's these ones. These ones right here that were not part of this one, and I was in the process of actually controlling the population of the elephants a bit. So these elephants that we have, they are they were once wild, the ones we have on the surface, and their offspring we have been waiting for 10 years for them to grow up, and we just passed that date, so we actually started getting tame elephants. And I already took all but a couple of them through a kelder, so I will actually continue to do that a little bit here to control the population in the future as well. So that can kind of wait. So we still take this this one elephant to a kelder, and then this lady can already be war trained. And let's see. These ones were already war trained. So now the thing is that what will I do with the couple? With the couple up there that are still normally trained. Right now we have quite a lot of meat, but I think these caged ones that we have been using to train our animal trainers, I will start butchering them, because we have so many tame ones now that we don't really need these ones. I think the wild or the ones that will revert back to wild if we don't continue to train them, we will throw them at the enemy at the first chance. Yeah, it was really what confused me, and it continued to confuse me yesterday, because some of these elephants, they didn't change their sprites into the big ones right away. So it took me, I don't know how long they were actually grown up already before I noticed them. From the I more or less never noticed it in the list, because I was looking at the elephants as they are always the non-domesticated ones. Indeed, that was a weird one. So yeah, we have already trained these ones to war, and we already killed them, so we can start controlling the population a little bit. And no, actually, wait a minute. This and this and also this how the game organizes this list confuses the heck out of me. So that's the one male who can still do one. Why are these in a different place? I don't understand. And this domesticated one we actually will not gild, but we will train it for war. So domesticated ones, okay. So at the moment we don't have. At the moment we don't have a grown-up. Here's the thing. Like, in what order? In what order of sorting can this kitten be between two elephant calves? Like, what the hell? Like, I ask game, I ask you to sort stuff. No. No. This confuses the heck out of me. Okay, but those are trained. Trained. What I'm trying to look for is that do we have... Okay, those are the only elephants. Those are the only elephants that are domesticated but not trained yet. And then I have the gates chained, whatever ones that we have in here now. Where are you chained? Ah, right. You should actually be elephants. Elephant cavern trap bait 2. And you should be closed in there. And we should stop training you. Elephants, cavern trap. So we will stop training you. Okay, now I think I'm on top of that. We still have webs from our traps. We still have a hell of a mess in the bedrooms. Because the dwarves claimed a ton of stuff. I think today, as far as building goes, I will make the waterfall happen through these remaining layers. It's done all the way down to the bottom, into the train that we looked at yesterday. So time to put that in use, and then see where else can we put a waterfall through. I'm looking at actually at the center here, because yeah, there are some levels here that we can't have the central unless I change things a bit. Yeah, for the most part we can. Okay, that's actually a little bit of a problem for that. Right, because our well is right there where I would actually like it to be. Could have... Maybe I'll just make the one and then think about if I want to do more. Yeah, for quite a long time I was actually thinking about doing the central waterfall in the same way I did it for the previous fortress, but then I kind of forgot about it. Right, I think we had one more furniture I didn't place yet. Yeah, so we made exceptional or masterwork instruments, all the possible things we could make last time. So the dwarves should now have at least some of the instruments, and they don't need to simulate every instrument anymore. Yeah, I think this is something that I could do. I think we do have some masterworks here that they will get pissed about, but we are prepared to take that hit. See these ones. Okay. Interestingly, they don't mind there when there's civilians standing in there. It's interesting behavior. Hey there, Beast, how you doing? I wonder if that tile will ever be free, because there's so many of them there. I need to temporarily take that off the... Take that off the tavern like that. Oh, it actually worked. Nice. Amazing. Okay, so that is coming in, and then these ones. And yeah, we are getting some masterworks ruined here. Not too many. Calculated risk. Okay, just make these happen here. So I think that's all the floors. Oh, there's still one. There is still one that we need to build in there. Let me see. Did I have a rock crate order? I did not, so I think I was making them manually. Hey, Mr. Faber, how are you doing? Hey, I think they returned. Hey, Commander Squad has returned. Nice. Nice. Okay, so it was the dog. Let's go see how they did. Oh, I need more crates. Oh, right. We have probably lost some of their nicknames. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh no, there's actually a nickname there. Okay, the same. The bug is still there. Well, the bug is still happening. I think it's random. I've had it work, but they lose all their rooms when they go to the mission. They will reclaim those back, but that's a little bit annoying, and I will probably mess some things up as they... Okay, well, no, they are still in the way. I think everyone needs to come to the map that they appear here. Okay, there we go. Nobody died. Nobody died, but I think because they lost their rooms, they will be confused with their items and stuff. So now the question is, well, let's first go see how the raid went. So okay, and we are now properly at war with these goblins. I thought we were at the war with the goblins before. But maybe we were not. Maybe we're not. I'm pretty sure when I chose the Embark it showed that we are at war. But maybe it didn't show this because we didn't have contact with them. Anyway, so we raided this this place here. This what is it? Wait, where's the place's name? Evil Shoves. So let's take a look. So we traveled. Oh no, I didn't mean. Oh. Okay, I wanted to scroll the map, but apparently we took the whole thing here. Okay, so in the midwinter, the virtual seals, that is us, attack the grasping hex of the royal vice at Evil Shoves. Dwarf Tholtic Word Channel led to attack, so that's Greymalk. and defenders were led by Goblin Vadi languishally. Tactical planning of the Goblin was superior, and the defenders had a strong positional advantage. Goblin Google Lancer lurched, surprised the dwarf, told the word channeled. But then Greymalk tore the left eye of the Goblin out, and the Goblin was struck down. The dwarf Ilral Tinflickers clashed with 6 goblins in evil shoves, slaying 2. A dwarf Sibrek Glowsaber confronted the goblin body languishally and tore the left eye. What is with this tearing out left eyes? Well, I did ask them to kind of quietly raid and pillage the place, but so I guess they wanted eyes as loot. And this was the leader of the goblins was struck down. A dog, one of the dogs happened... Wait, what? Wait, there's an evil dwarf in there who struck down one of the dogs. Wow. Wow. In the steps of ensorceling. Wait. Steps of... Was it... Wait, did we happen upon this dwarf on the way? I don't like the fact that it zooms in here, and then I can't move the map. I can't move the map, we can't see it. And then if I move the map, it stops the report. That sucks. I want to see where we were going. Yeah, it doesn't show that. Can I see where this happened? In the steps of ensorceling. This map works in a weird way. So it was not this one. Legendary plains. The dog happened upon the dwarf Erush Gate Maroon, and the dog was struck down in the steps of ensorceling. Barb of Morning, Rounded Swamps, Legendary Plain, Swamps. What was that? Distinct. Mountainous Prairies, Admired Oceans. Legendary Plains, Hills of Speaking. What is that place? Can you only move where you start, or can you move all over the map? Do you mean this map? We are building a fortress in the fortress mode, and our fortress here in the corner. You can select your embark location wherever. And you can send the raids wherever you have continental access. Meaning we can't reach this island, for example, in here. Then anything else we can raid. But see, I'm confused about that. Where did the dwarves lay? Oh right, wait a minute. Is that? No, because it is in purple. The dog was ours, and the dwarf is not ours. I don't think we might have a Erush, but we don't have that Erush. Well, we don't even have a Erush. So it was definitely not ours, but it was one of the dogs. I wonder, do they actually show up here in the list, because the dog didn't die. here, but I'm still confused about that location. Like where in the steps of ensorceling. Steps. Prairie of Souls. Rounded swamps. Harp of Morning. Trying to see on the map that is there some biome here that I didn't check yet. The steps tells me that it's somewhere here in these. Because we have plains here, we have mountains, we have swamp, we have plains, we have swamps. So we should have the second line from the top somewhere should say the steps for that location, but it's nowhere on this thing that we actually took there. We should be able to move the map in here. This I don't like, so I can't see the whole path. Because this might be on the way back. Now they started moving. Maybe it actually happened there. Maybe this means that actually it's and also why do you jump in here? Come on, game. Don't be so incredibly confusing. Maybe this bit is built in the steps of whatever that was. Yeah. Okay, but there's an evil dwarf there. If it was in the location, so that means we might actually get some dwarves raiding us with them. That's Prairie of Souls. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually happened there, but it just doesn't show me the name. Just like we are the cloudy fields. For some reason, it's showing the rounded swamps for them, but it might be something else actually. Well, anyway, not a big deal. I just would have been interested to know that can you actually meet enemies on the way to the raid? But I couldn't see their path. That did it actually happen in that place or not? And also, I guess we didn't get any spoils. Yeah, because there would be spoils here if we actually took something. We just snuck in there, and one of the dwarves slayed two of them. Okay. Right. Let me check the nicknames. Because we might have lost some. That's one. Okay, so let's see who did we have here. So Greymal kept the name. Vutok here is what? Name is completely different. What the hell? No, it was unnicknamed ones. No, never mind. I'm confusing myself. I'm just checking that if some of them lost their nicknames on the way. Siprek Robust. No, that's fine. Nil. Nope. Ineth, no. Ilral kept the name. Zevon, nil. That was fine as well. Varakim kept their name and Olaf. Okay, I think they are all okay. You know, checking from Dwarf Therapist, that's the best way for me to check. Okay, we still have 58 nicknames, so everyone has a nickname, but they did lose their rooms. That's quite annoying. And actually, I think one of these rooms have originally been Grey Malk's, because Grey Malk was part of the initial 7. So I think this might be Grey Malk's original room. Do we have stuff in there? No, we don't. I'm pretty sure that's Grey Malk's room. But if they're gonna lose their rooms every time I send them on a mission, I might actually put them in like one floor, so they can reassign them easily. But what I want to do here is check that if I have an unclaimed room, will we have some stuff in the chests, and so that and have the military dwarves basically kept their this was Varakim's room, I remember, because Varakim is one of the ones we wanted to put in therapy. So do we have stuff in here? Don't. So they have basically not claimed any stuff. Okay, come on, give me one room that is unassigned and has stuff in it. Yes, please, thank you. Okay, but it's not owned by anyone, so I think it resets all their stuff. That is messed up. That is messed up. So in theory, a dwarf might have been claiming stuff for years, and then when they go on a mission, the game glitches out and they lose all the ownership of that stuff, including their room. Yeah, these don't have an owner anymore, because the stuff in someone's. No, these don't have a. Wait, what? Don't they ever have an owner attack to them when they are stored in there? I thought they were. Actually, everything I did is. Okay, interesting. I thought they actually own the stuff that is in their cabinet, but they don't. They are also not throwing away the worn out stuff, they are just hoarding it in there. Oh, there's an owner. Wait, I was looking at the wrong place. Owner, okay, so it is owned. Then in this room, there is no one's. This is not owned by anyone. Ah, good call to check. Does Grey Malk still have all the pets? Yes, they do. I think they lost their war dog. No, they did not. But yeah, they still have the pets, so they don't. That's probably because the pet owns the pet owns them instead of them owning the stuff. No, here, this is what I want to check. Yeah. And also, wait. Also, all their. Right, but these guys were so long there. They don't have any recent thoughts. Okay. But now I have to decide that will I let them claim their own rooms? Will I let them claim their own rooms, or will I assign them rooms? They will get the rooms eventually. But the only one I kind of know for sure is that this is Greymalk's room, because Greymalk was the part of original 7 and this is the first layer of rooms. And I remembered Varakin's room because we assigned that separately, but everything else I don't know. So maybe I will let them... dwarves, without speaking of this military bug that they lose the rooms when they go on a raid, yes, dwarves take their own rooms. I have not assigned any dwarf, on nearly any dwarf, the bedroom manually. When they go to sleep, they go to a available room, and if that room is not claimed by someone, they will make it theirs. Like in general. But in this case, they wouldn't go back to their old previous room, apart from randomness. But yeah, you don't need to go into a bedroom like this and press this as assign manually, unless you want to specific room to be someone's. Then you do it, but not otherwise. But I will actually, now that I'm clicking here, I will assign some of the kids some rooms. Sometimes the children don't find their own rooms. Kind of checking that how many kids do we have without rooms. I guess I could assign all these ones rooms so that they actually can start putting their stuff in there or something. Yeah, you know what? I will click all these guys in here. Give them the rooms. So they don't need to look for one. I wonder what happens if they are... Okay, those are dwarven babies. I wonder what happens if some of them are married. I don't think any one of these was. Looking at their stats there, that's are they? Do they have a lover or a spouse or something? Because married couple always gets assigned to a same room. Lover doesn't do it. Yeah, none of them are married. Okay. Okay, but now the interesting thing is, will we get raided by the goblins? Will we get raided by the goblins? And related to that, I think one thing I want to do here is have a option to lock down the pastor, at least unless they want to climb walls. So I think I will do let's do a bridge here. No, don't do that. Nope. Bridge here. First build a floor for it. And I think I will make one in there. So I want to be able to close this place so that they would just go into our traps instead of first trying to kill our animals and then go out. But actually these animals here I wouldn't mind if the goblins try to kill, and I would like to see how it goes. But then if these ones die, these ones have served their purpose, because all these elephants here are their offspring. So they have already done us a great service. Rich race. That one. Let's make these from magma safe materials just in case. Yeah, the dwarves can easily go and climb those walls, but at least in theory we can close the bastard down. That is actually a good point, Vanta. That if I have manually assigned them rooms, like I now did for some, well, actually, I assigned all. Well, actually, some of them have claimed their rooms on their own. So next time, will they keep it because I assigned it? That's an interesting thing. It shouldn't make any difference, kind of, when you think about it. They have the room or not, but maybe the game registers it differently if you click it. I don't know. Yeah, we will do a new raid for sure. Animal pasture east. Well, actually, it's more like southeast, I guess. No, I will just call it east. I know what it means. Animal pasture east. Outside gates are there, trade depot. That's a lot of levers. So I will hopefully never misclick on. Also, mechanisms number... I took it down already. I think they were fine. I didn't check, like, did they go to the hospital, but I think they were fine. Can you carve slabs for animals and pets? Normally you can. That's actually yet another very interesting idea. Let's check that. Lock animal pasture. Lock surface. Surface. Animal pasture. Link. Because you can engrave slabs. Let me see that we have slabs first. I think I am making slabs or so. Well, no, it's a stone worker. So it was a lol something. We don't see it here. Do we see like a war dog? No. It is actually not showing in here because the thing didn't. And also, this is so stupid that it shows the unnamed things that we butchered in the list. But yeah, it doesn't show the dog in here. It only shows the ones who die on the... Wait, that's... Like, if someone actually dies on the... dies on the mission, would we not be able to... No, that can't be. If a dwarf dies, we have to have it on the list to memorize them. I can do a statue or something related, but it seems I can't engrave it. No, it was Katten. I was thinking about something else. Katten. Katten is the first name. Katten. No, it's not here. Yeah, I might choose it for the statue. Let's see if we can find it there. Because for engraving here, these are dead. These are the dead things in your fort. But then when you go and choose something for choose what the statue or engraving needs to be about, you actually choose from the whole list of historical figures in the world. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll let them be. I think I will be sending that same team at least next. They have their war dogs, and we saw from the list that actually the war dogs take some of the heat and might even help otherwise in there. Okay, but that will be... How shall we do this? How shall we do this? But these are aquifer layers. I'm thinking, how will I? I could just start digging down from this one first. Make an access from here to this one and then go down. And then... maybe I will make it... maybe I will give them access from here. Okay, so let's make an access thingamajiggy from... let's make it from here. Actually, these can be just normal ones. Normal ones, and then... probably dig around this like this. These will all cancel. Cancel because that's an aquifer. Do it like that, and then we'll carve into the aquifer to actually let the water in. But I want this to be closable in case something goes wrong. So we'll be making hatch in there from... think I will make it from the top level. So I need 5 hatches and 10 crates, which I think I have. Again, this will now continuously cancel. But we should do this one level at a time. Start building this one because we don't want water in here. Can you like not step away and just mine that again, please? Okay, then we do. This will still be walls. Boring there. Luckily, once again, I need to do this. Well, I don't know how many waterfalls I will do, but this going for the aquifers, these are incredibly useful, but also going through all these is always so tedious. You can smooth walls if they are rock, but not on the soil. And here the thing is that I actually part of this I want to continue using water because we will use this for a waterfall, but not this access tunnel. Door in there, please. Right, and this should actually be dry because this is. Oh, okay. This is actually not an aquifer layer anymore. And this will just be a pass-through, but it's actually showing as wet because the top side is wet. Oh. So then we decided, do we want to have this flooring add to the water or not? I think I will let it add, and now we can mine these open, and this will actually start putting water down already. So the waterfall is already active. This can be smoothed down. Floor grades closest material. Like that. And then... I think I want to have all the water come from the top side, so I will make this one A. This level not ooze more water in it. I wish. I wish this setup here would pop up in the middle of the screen. It would be so much better for my my field of vision. Not the only thing I would change about this interface, but it keeps bothering me that it's there on the side. Okay, so this one is done. This one is so this is already working. So we are already getting mist down the level, and as it goes down, unless it evaporates, it will eventually find its way into the bottom layer here and ooze into this one where it goes down off the edge of the map through the fortifications. So it's already working, but we can add to the flow by giving it more space here on the top level, this one, by adding some corridors. And I also want to have I want to add hatches here so that we can completely close it down. But then we would probably want to have like a drain pipe somewhere else. But we can also make that later if we would have to close this down and this would fill up or something like that. Yeah, that's the kind of the... It either evaporates or reaches the edge, but doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's do it in a way that we give it a little bit like a steady... I think I will try a different thing. It worked pretty well last time that I made like these diagonal things that it's kind of eventually oozed in there. But I think I will... Let's try it like this. Or maybe wait. I do want to make sure it doesn't... If we make these longer, so let's make the corridors from like here, like this. Now that I just realized something. I did this in a different way last time. Last time I built the main floor here on the second aquifer layer, so that it was also oozing from the ceiling. This is only oozing from the walls. Kind of not that big of a deal to the end result, but I probably need more of these hallways where the water comes from than I did in that one. And also now that I think about it, like we don't actually need the hatch covers necessarily here, because we could always place them when we want to. Now it is interesting that is this actually... I think we would get more water if I would add the second... if I would do it here on this level, because it would also come from the ceiling. Well, we'll see how that works. Because the thing is, the water evaporates on this level as well. So it's ideally this level would be like... It's probably of old age, right? Did we have anyone throwing a tantrum? Nope. They want us to make statues next, buckets next. Okay, but yeah, I think I need more flow for the thing to actually have like a proper waterfall. Let's see, I would like to see... I'd like to see mist, especially on this level. And then everything else is kind of bonus. But I think we need to increase the flow like a lot. A lot. But on the other hand, it takes a little bit to... Because now, when this corridor is full, when any of these tiles pop up water, it would find the next empty space, and it would need to be enough to actually hit in here and not feel like an empty spot in this one. So basically this center here should be continuously... They came immediately! So nice of the goblins! Thank you! Thank you so much for accepting my offer of a war. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, instead of parley, we'll make sure everyone is inside. Everyone is inside, and then is everything ready? Is everything ready? Everything is ready. Everything is ready, right? We open... Okay, wait a minute, what do we open? We opened the long way, and we opened that one. Just prepared the trap rooms, so we'll open the baits, And we'll open the elephant bait so that they will go for that one. That's the only one they can reach. So beast trap 2 open. Let's close that. Open that. Okay. Then locked animal pasture. So I want to test out traps on all of these guys, so we do that. Then let's see the surface. This will lock down. We'll close this one. Close that one, and after that, only access they have is through here, through here, through here into the flamethrower. This will close. That is closed. We have some accidental ways open here. No, I remembered the wall. That's off. Okay, so that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Then let's check the Burrow. Let's add everyone in this. Everyone in this, and let's start painting. Let's take those walls off it. This is fine, no one needs to be in there. This one they can be in. We might need more space to mine that while we are waiting. I am so happy that we got goblins. As soon as I actually made war with them, well, not war, but as soon as I attacked them, they came and paid us a visit. Now, and I'm also super happy that they immediately came with a siege instead of some stupid raid. Probably because we have like 4 million value. Poor goblins, they have no idea. They have no idea. They have not seen anything like this. They have probably been responsible for destroying this civilization before, and they come with the thoughts that they can just do it again. But we have different plans. Oh, this will be so good. This will be so good. This will give me finally a chance to properly test the grinder. We'll see the flamethrower in action. We can do all that stuff. Nice, nice. Okay, let's take these ones. Jails. There we go. For some reason I had not painted them. Last one's here as well. I don't need to go mining that much. We can do that later. Probably after this I don't actually need to do this Burrow painting that much. We had everything pretty well done, but I was expanding a bit, so... Okay, so that's everyone. Let's ask you to be in. Then on the surface... we actually closed this gate. Oh, that's one. Oh, you know what? You know what? Shall we? I was thinking that I would actually leave the pasture open, because there's a tiny chance that the elephants would actually go wild. But then if that would happen, they would actually run to the trap, so it's not a big deal. Okay. That is closed. Animal pasture is closed. The only way in at the moment is through this one. With this one closed, the only way is in through the grinder, in front of the flamethrower, into the spear trap. And I have actually not tested the spear trap. So let's see how that works. And this is their target at the moment. It's only... Oh, we need to close that one. Oops. That would have been bad. That would have been bad if I forgot that. If something would actually make it through these traps, which they won't. But let's close that one as well. There we go. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's see how... Oh, it's a nice... Oh, it's actually a pretty decent force. Nice. 17, 34, 15, 47. Fools. Yes. I wish I raided them earlier. I didn't realize that I should actually pick the fight with them. Oh man, this is exciting. Let's see. So let's send the word out. That's screw your parlay. Why don't you go and fight this elephant? No, why did I click approve? I meant to do it in... Fuck. That was not the thing I wanted to click. I was too excited, I thought that, yes, approve the siege. Well, I would have had to send. Okay, so petitions, parlay, no. That's better. Okay, so why don't you guys go? Why don't you guys go and shall we turn everything on? I guess so, because there's none of my dwarves can reach those places now. Because we are fully locked in at the moment. This is the only thing they see. So they should path to it. So let's turn on. Let's turn on that one. I think I will. Let's turn on the grinders as well, right? Yeah, let's turn on everything. Just making sure these are all right. Yes, they are. Okay. Ooh, look at the spear traps. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Oh, there will be blood. There will be so much blood. Okay, Goblin Axeman. Lead us the way. Are you not interested in the elephant? I think about what path will I choose? Oh, did they go and oh, did we actually get agitated animals at the same time? I think they just killed some wildlife. That is fantastic if you're gonna get attacked by them as well. Yeah, I think they were... Well, that might be old blood as well. Oh wait, are you not interested in my elephants? No, wait, is this not a proper bait? This is not a proper bait because it's a wild animal. It's not a proper bait for them, I mean. Ah, I have to open this. I have to open this. My bad. I have to open the way into the fort. At least that they think that they have a way. Yes, we need our dog in here. This one I think would apply to like Forgotten Beast, but okay, that's actually a good thing. Yeah, let's see. They should start pathing now. I think some of them will actually be caught by this if they choose this path, but if they go from the right, then they will be fine. So we'll always catch some goblins in here. And just checking here that none of my dwarves are trying to come out. They are not. Okay. Yeah. The wild elephant is not good bait for these guys. So we're gonna catch some of them there in the cage traps. That's fine. We'll get some training material for later, and then some more will be caught in here, and then they actually get into the good place. Oh, they actually managed to get 5 cages in there. Now once again, like we shouldn't trigger jobs for that. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably catch like 8 to 10 of them in the cages before they even make there, and then they get confused when their leader gets caught in there. But let's see how the traps work. Shall we open the flamethrower as well? Of course we shall. Of course we shall. Let's open the best flamethrower. There it is. Okay, let's go. Let's zoom in. Zoom in for the maximum blood. Let's first see the grinder in action. First test subject to the grinder is dead. They are not even gonna make it through the grinder. Oh, goblins. Oh, they are not even gonna make it through the one tile. Okay, we need to stop the grinder, it's too good. Holy shit, it's so good. I didn't. Yeah, I knew it was powerful, but jeez, that's too much. That's too good, and it's not even considering stopping. Oh wait. Oh wait, all right. No, now it stopped because I stopped it. I was like, wait, what happened? Okay, but here's the next thing. Now they are. Oh, okay, some of our friends died. We have a clear path now. Let's go. You are in for a surprise, goblin. Please work. Come on, breathe fire. Oh, it's not getting close enough. Damn it. Oh, that sucks. Oh, there is. Yes. Flamethrower. No, cat. Dumbass. Well, the spear trap. Spear trap works. Oh, that's why I wanted to use a bait animal that serves. Yeah, no. Stupid cats. Okay, let's see how the spear traps works against goblins. Ooh! Nice. Ooh. Okay, the flamethrower needs a little bit of setup. I want them to go closer to that one. Oh. Masterpiece. Yeah, you think you can run? No! You shall not escape, fools. Okay, are they all in there? Should I lock them in? Are they actually considering of escaping? I think they are. Fuck. Close them in. Close them in. Oh, I was too slow. Oh no, no, close the gate, close the gate, close the gate, close the gate, fast, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! You think you can run? Hey, cats, cats, cats. No. You will die. The spear traps do not discriminate. This was too good. Holy shit. I think the... Oh, wait. We did actually kill one with the flamethrower as well. Brilliant. Oh, man. Woo! Oh, I want the siege with like 200 goblins. Cat, no! You dumbass. Dumbass cat. And the cat is dead. Well, that's one way to control the cat population. Yes, flamethrower. No! Stop running there, cats! Oh, the kitten actually made it through. Oh, well. Oh, look at the goblin burn. Oh, man. Ooh, that was better than a good test. Jeez. Everything worked like so perfectly. 3 dead cats as well as a bonus, like what the hell? So we'll close the bridge so that the flamethrower is stopped. There we go. So this guy now only has access to here, so we'll take our squad here and give a kill command. Just making sure the minecart stopped these odds. Jeez, the minecart grinder was incredibly good against these guys. So let's send in the squad to finish the last one, or last ones. There we go. Did you not get the order? Cannot confirm that. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, so nice. I think my military could handle those goblins easily, but this was much more satisfying. Oh, man. Oh, that was everything I wanted from it. Oh, so good. Okay, the only downside was that the elephant did not work as a bait, so I had to open the corridor, which in this case caused 2 cats and a kitten to die. That one needs to be closed. Oh man, so good. So good. So we close that one. Close that one. We open that one. Actually, that one can be, not that thing, but that can be opened. Open that one. Open that one, and just make sure everyone did leave the map already. We could have actually cleaned up on the... Oh right, we actually got 10 in the cages already. I need a proper cleanup arena for the goblins. Ah, that was like more. Give me more goblins. Send the next siege. Let's pick a war with multiple goblin civilizations and invite all of them in here. The only downside here is that we have all this crap here instead of nothing but the good stuff. But apart from that, this trapper design is perfect. They did not make like one tile through the grinder. That is insane. That is insane. I thought it would like at least a little bit stop, like bump them a little bit, but no, it was just killed all of them just downright. Okay, let's claim all this stuff. Flamethrower is closed. That one is open. Post Burrow. And we want to open that one as well. So many bridges. Actually, temporarily I will open that one as well. Goblins will, the dwarves will go and pick up the... Oh, wait a minute. It actually forbids the cages as well during the siege. I love it. That's fantastic. That is great. Okay, hopefully the kids are not getting too many bad thoughts about seeing the goblins dead or the cats. Oh yeah, that is true. I could take it all here and trade. Huh. Yeah, you know what? That would be an idea. But we will just throw everything away that we are not using. So, and because all I care about the stuff we can smelt. That was fantastic. Fantastic. Oh. Okay. Some of the dogs actually died of old age at the same time. While all that was happening, these guys want to do... Okay, let's remember to do the statue for the dog from the... so let's do steel corkscrews. Then let's do gold statue. 1. Related to historical figure. Gatten. Cat of dwarf. So there should be a dog here. It's a dog. It's probably that one. Cat and Close Book, was that the name? Yeah, I think it's this one. This is the only one. Yeah, but we can only do related. So hopefully it will do one for... Cat has been missing for a week. Well, I bet it has been because it got completely destroyed by the spear trap. Like the cat disintegrated with the spear trap. Okay, but this is also a showcase of... Wait, why are the goblins taken into the friendly stockpile? Okay. Okay, but they... Wait, I thought... Wait, what? I thought this corpse is always... Oh, right, okay. I thought this is like friendlies only. Is it actually the other way around that... Other way around that this is... No. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, but they should be No, but what I thought about how it's I remembered this incorrectly. What I thought how the stockpiles work is that this separate corpse stockpile, this is basically your dwarves, anyone friendly, and then in the stockpile the refuse corpses. This is all the, let's say, goblins and such. I thought that's how it works. But they are actually taking the goblins into this stockpile, which yeah, I didn't know it works like that. Now, are they actually dumping them? That's the question. No, because we are not allowing them to be dumped. See if they start doing that now. Because they should. Ah, there we go. Splats. Okay. No, the elephants are fine. It's a little bit misleading, but there's a shit ton of moss in here. This is fine. We can probably have like 20 elephants more here and it's still fine. Because all this purple stuff is moss as well. This is probably at the moment 60% full, or even more. So definitely not need a new pasture in that one. I was a little bit worried about this one, that will they actually get hit in the face by the refuse there. Why do I keep elephants? Because elephants are awesome and they can be trained for war, especially now that we have tamed them. It takes 10 years for them to grow adults, so it's oh, another mechanism. Artifact mechanism. It takes quite a lot of investment to get elephants at this stage, especially when we started with wild ones. Is there some good mods for new player? I wouldn't worry about too many mods, but the one I'm using, the interface tweaks that adds the hotkeys, definitely useful. That's the only mod I consider must-have. I haven't even looked in others. I do have one other that gives additional icons. Oh no! Okay, yep. This was what I was afraid of. This dude is about to die. So when we have a massive amount of stuff going into my corridor, this happens. Okay, so who's about to die? It's one of the kids. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I noticed that before. So what is actually happening is that they are unloading so much stuff in there that some of the stuff flies up, and then they dodge the stuff that is flying up and actually fall down in there. And they are about to be atom smashed. Unless they escape through this one, but in worst case, like, a kid can actually start to make-believe when they land on the bottom. They might be climbing at the moment, I'm not sure. what we need to do now is... Yeah, okay. Luckily it was only a kid. Not like 7 dwarves or something, because it could have been. I noticed this flaw in my... When I was mass dumping clothes, I noticed this flaw in my design. That's why this this one is here. So this is actually now needs to be this one needs to stop. I mean, no, it needs to. How do I stop it the easiest? This is all automated, so there's very little I can do for that kit, but I think what I can do is stop taking with this one, and we turn the item dump 2 on. Take the conditions out. Before I unpause, this one is oh, it's also one of the oldest kids. I think she's either on the way down or she's hanging for her life. So I can try to save her by. I think the Atom Smasher is about to go up, so there might be not much I can do. There might be not much I can do, especially because this one is standing on the. Well, actually, this kid doing this kid doing make believe on top of the thing might actually save that one's life. Because it's not triggering at the moment, because it's not getting the signal up. Okay, so let's see what happens to this kid. I think she's about to slam to the bottom. No, she's hanging on the. She's actually hanging on the wall. Wow. Wow. What a kid. Okay, kid, you have a door open down there. Please go to it before. Oh no! They left from there, so it's about to Atom Smash. It's about to Atom Smash. Oh! Yes! Yes! I don't believe that. She actually could have been insta-killed there. So she was hit in the left arm by stuff flying up the chute. And oh, she held on to the wall, but then she grabbed the wall again. So she basically was holding herself on the shaft and saved herself. Amazing. That is amazing. I can't believe she survived that. She needs a nickname or something. Cause that was amazing. I think the cliffhanger is pretty good. Or shaft hanger. Let's call it cliffhanger. Because that was cliffhanger for us, and she was kind of hanging on a cliff. Spider dwarf is actually pretty good as well. Actually, I liked. No, I will keep the cliffhanger. That was the first one that came to my mind. That was amazing. I can't believe she survived. Yeah, that's a little bit of a. That's unfortunate because this works so well whenever there's not like a mass dump of the items. But when there's a mass dump, I think these stockpiles might be like a little bit too big or something. But anyway, let's activate the refuse dump first. That's kind of working fine. It's not causing the issues, but the light items are causing the issue that we are throwing away. So I will turn on the timed one instead. So then we so then I have to do. Yeah, I was turning this item dump 2 off in a stupid way before. So this needs to be not the bolts, not any artifacts, but not anything made out of metal, but everything else we can just throw away. Armors. Armors not made out of metal. Not made out of metal. These ones not made out of metal. Lower quality stuff. Furniture. Furniture, and we are not throwing away. Barrels, nothing made out of metal. Bags, bins. Hotspots. Wheelbarrows, sandbags. I have to check the other one. Nothing made out of metal. There's 5 in here. Let's check the settings from the item dump 1. This was working. So it's all those, all but artifacts. So that's good. All here. That quality. Finished goods. Finished goods. I'm throwing away everything. Okay, I'm taking away gems. Okay, that's good. Furniture. Bags, barrels, bins, hotspots, sandbags. Okay, and I'm actually throwing away bad wheelbarrows. Okay. And weapons, nothing made out of metal. I think I got it. I got it. So this one was correct. This one was correct. Finished goods. This one was same. Furniture, back bins, pots, sandbags. It's good. Quality that. And in here, nope, not that one. That's one. Okay, it's good. I wish I could copy settings. I wish I could copy settings because I know I very carefully set these ones before. Max barrel spin, spots, sandbags. Yeah, that's good. Gems away. We don't actually have that many of them, but that's actually a good point. Good point. That's that codices. Codices we actually don't want to throw away. No, I checked that. In case I take this back into use, let's take it away from here as well. On the other hand, they are considered artifacts when they are actually written, no matter what the quality is. So I think that wouldn't even apply. Okay, so they should now start filling this one. But then the problem deadlocked the door already. The problem with this minecart system is that it will actually fill with items instead of auto dumping. So then we need to have some sort of order in here that let's say when it's full, they should guide it. If it's 50% full, they should do it in 7 days, and then maybe every 14 days we push it anyway. Something like that. Okay. And this one is timed with the pressure plates in a way that the atom smashers gets raised in the exact moment it dumps them there, so nothing is flown back up from there. I do like the fact that it's actually showing the nickname in there. Okay, but yeah, a lot of the kittens died or disintegrated when those guys attacked. We got yet another church mechanism, or yet another artifact mechanism, because we have so many legendary or highly skilled mechanics. Hello Fate, the Union of Galleries. Anything interesting in this one? The image, if on the item is an image of Cole, a last gendered dwarf, and dwarves in church. I think we knew about this king already, but it's the king from 92. Yeah, because kind of somewhere between the year 97 and 117, something happened to this civilization, and everyone just died. We also forbid that one, so we don't actually use the mechanism in somewhere else. Why are all the cats adopting Greymalk? That's the 5th cat. As soon as one of Greymalk's cat died in the corridor, some cat adopted Greymalk again. The cats just love Greymalk, and who doesn't? Greymalk is awesome. Okay, but yeah, that was that. Oh wait, why? Okay, wait. Did I set some 1-inch item dump incorrectly? No, they should be guiding it. So someone stopped midway. How is that even possible? What the hell? Why did you do that? No, wait. Why are you doing that now? Come on. Oh, 0 days. Oh no, that's the no. Should it be always when full of these items? There we go. Yeah, they were continuously pushing it. When full, when at most, when at least. Yeah, when at least, of course. Yeah, now I think it's correct. Every 14 days they would push it at least once. Okay, and I saw them dumping some goblin corpses there, so that was working. They are still loading everything from here, so that's good. It's probably all the crap from the goblins. Okay, but let's hope no one else gets dropped into the atom smasher. And now that this is fully loaded, I think it's generating a pretty good amount of mist. Question only is, does it generate the mist in this level? Because this is the most important one. Content being near a waterfall, so maybe so. Here we go. I think it could take a whole lot more flow in here, but at least it's working now, so that's good. Yeah, I thought actually that my design with the Atom Smasher was great, but I think next time I will make this shaft like 20 tiles deep. Like nothing, absolutely nothing can fly up from there. So that was causing the kid to fall in there because some sock or something flew up from there and hit the kid in the face. Okay. Okay. Right, that's one of the downsides of my... that's maybe the only downside of this design, that I did not carve it from the outside. It's actually getting miasma in there. If we don't clean it up fast enough. And then the dwarves get bad thoughts about miasma. Especially because there can be a whole lot of body parts here. Should I should probably like carve that. Yeah, let's at least do the grinder. Let's carve the grinder open from the surface. So we don't really care about this as a pastor anymore. So don't wait. Was just thinking that but we actually have we did have an old floor in there because I might have caused a cave in here without thinking. No, there's no cave in because there's a wall there. Never mind. And after that we can actually wall it back on. Okay. Don't stand on the tile that someone else is channeling, please, dwarves. Why do you scare me like that? Oh, this is a disaster in the making. Someone will fall for sure. Maybe I'll just floor these back on now that they should be okay already. Actually, crates would not be a bad idea there, but I prefer not to have a visual fruit thing. now that those are done, we can actually take... No, but those should be already outside tiles. Ah, damn goblins and their miasma. I think this is... Oh man. Right, we just shouldn't kill anyone in the trade depot. We should let them out if they come in there. So I don't think I will bother taking this out. I would have to take all these and all the floors out as well. But it is kind of it is better design if I actually do that. So maybe I will. Maybe I will. I think it is just that like the refuse is quite we have a lot of pieces going in there, and because they like these goblins were literally shred into pieces. Like there's like all their legs and arms are separate pieces in this one, so it takes a long time for them to actually hold them in and dump. It is getting done, but it's a low priority. Let's do this like piece by piece and take it out. I do like it better if stuff dies in there. We can clean up better. Yeah, I think at the moment my dwarves are so busy with all the hauling that we probably haven't been this busy in a long time. Even a priority one mining job is taking a long time to take. Hey, tasty potato. Yes, there will be more Dwarf Fortress content of the Steam version. I at the moment only have the minecart grinder, but the previous fort and this fort will go fully in there for those who want to watch these kind of things later in the long formats. And then I'll be doing tutorials as well. I have some plans, but I wanted to wait for the Steam version to mature a bit. Like everyone is doing their tutorials like immediately, which is great. But I will wait a bit before I do. Like wait a couple of versions probably. But especially it's even just the beginnings of this fort or the previous fort, they give ideas how I start the fortresses. But they are like because I want to do like a tutorial that is relatively fast in the beginning, going step by step, so it's easier to watch. Because not everyone wants to watch 3 hours just to get to the point of the first season. Some people want that fast-paced, well, not even fast-paced content, but let's say tutorial of half an hour instead of 3 hours on getting from the beginning into the end of last season, or end of the first season. Okay, but then do I want to open this one up as well? I think I do. I should have thought about that miasma part. I usually do, but we can do it this way a little bit slower then. Yeah, actually, the Beer Beers playlist is that will be the case what you put in the Belladors. So the whole run will be there, but they are not up yet. It takes quite a long time to get 110 hours in, and then doing all the other things I'm doing, taking time. Oh, I can't do that. To do. We need to do this one this time because this, you know what? Just let's take these statues off. It will make everything so much simpler. And let's make this one smaller. Yeah. That's what I said about the videos, that they will be there. That I would be putting them up basically that next week, but just haven't had the time for that. In addition to this, we want to do why is this not... Oh, it's a wall. That's why. That's why. Right, so we don't actually need to... Wait. We don't need to do that. And same thing in here, actually. Right. Right. They shouldn't be causing cave-ins because we are supported by these walls. I don't know why they are not taking those bones. There's so many things to do that kind of they are just have a low priority in. And for some reason they are not interested in those either, which might actually be because the stockpiles for the melt stuff is full. Let's see. Yeah, this is full. So when the goblins come, we need bigger stockpiles for the goblinites. Okay, interesting. That thing must have died before it went. Because we know it was trained, so we didn't feed it, and then or it died out of old age. I don't know. Oh, interesting. Well, rip. That's why it was there. Expendable. So next time a little bit less miasma. Apart from that, this was working great. Yo. Why are you even going in there? Stupid dumbass kids. Sure. I can't build it. No, but it's fine. It's gonna be old chalk. It is still playing there. Amazing. Construction floor. Yeah, so it's odd selection of paths they were taking. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. All right, because that was... Ah, yeah, okay. Okay, well... Right, of course it collapses. We might lose someone in this one, because that was pretty bad crash. we even got one in the cage, because they were unconscious from the fall. Okay. Right, I should have walled those off before I started doing this. Of course. Yeah, let's see. This dwarf inside might be in bad shape, so we need to place this cage pretty fast. How do I do that fastest? Are you in a bad shape? Yep, you are in a pretty bad shape. Okay. Hopefully no one was under the elephant. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost someone in this. We'll see. Okay, so who's inside this? Shorust. It's palm wood. So if I go, I was trying to be careful, but every time those things just happen. So let's do build cage. Let's take him next to the hospital. Date palm wood. There should be a dwarven gates. Dwarven one. Okay, they are not in here yet. Okay, let's unpause and see if we actually lost someone, like, fully. Well, that one is running, and also... Wait, did you have a baby? No. Why are you naked? Weird. Yeah, now someone took that dwarf. Oh no, they did die. Fuck. Oh no. Oh crap. Well, we haven't had a proper accident in a while, so I think that was pretty good. Just annoying that I was trying to be careful with that, but then I kind of lost a little bit of focus here and looking at the cave-ins. Okay, was that guy in the cage or that's it? I think it was the guy in the cage. It was the guy in the cage. Let's see. Yeah, I think they were the guy in the cage. Why do I see their corpse in there instead of the one? So let's see. Yeah, they fell in. Everything went to shreds. Ooh, they lost their upper spine. Lost the hold of everything. Jeez, they got. Holy shit! That was a. Oh, they've... Oh, right. Right. The spears are upright. That's what caused it. The spears are upright, even that it's kind of visually it's a little bit odd, but there's actually... This is nothing but spears here. They are by default, so that's a... Well, okay, yep, yeah, okay, we could actually use that as a goblin trap as well. Yeah. I was like, how did you get so much damage? But then I started reading. Oh, spike. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that one dwarf survived in here. Or maybe it was actually this one who died. Yeah, it must have been the one who fell on the spikes. Yeah, that's it was not that one, because the gates one. I will possibly, well, actually I will see what I do. Will I do second walls here, or will I wall this off as well? I will see. But yes, it does require something so that things don't go in there. But yeah, I'm quite happy that some accidents happened. I was just was trying to be careful with that. So okay, where is this one dwarf? Come on. Did they actually let them out of the cage when they came in here or something? Goblin cage. No, it's durian wood. Why was I looking? I was looking at the different. And also the dwarves get caught in the cages, in our own cages, if they go unconscious. So, durian wood. I was looking at the wrong thing all the time. There we go. Happy little accidents. Yeah, but whenever you do it, as soon as you start channeling, will this guy actually get like a happy thought of being released or something? And can someone like go and get them out? There we go. They actually got guilty after being confined, even that was not the reason why they got in there. I don't know how the elephant survived, because the elephant landed on the upright spears. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Fortunate little accidents. Some of the spaces were ripped off, kind of unplanned because of that. Because of what's happened, so we need to be a little bit careful about that. Maybe the elephant landed on the dwarf. Actually, not a bad call. Let's see what's happened here. They fell. Menacing spikes. Were they hit by an elephant here later on? No, I think they just took a hit from all those. Yeah, they just took a full hit. Okay, let's build this one from gold. Then we need to do a little bit more. We need to do that bit. We need to do that bit. Then I think that's corridor and that bit. I wonder if they are, so I think the principle of this making those corridors be like outside. I think it applies in a way that when they are hit by sunlight once, they are considered to be outside after that. So if I wall this in as a floor, like it was before. It will still count the bottom floor as outside, even that it has a kind of a surface on top of it. I think that's how it will be. So this was the part that actually fell down. They channel a boulder. Apparently they can. Good. Now for the next visit, these parts are miasma safe. Anything that dies to the flamethrower, kind of will leave. Which reminds me that we should do a wall. Thinking that do I want them to go like right next to them, like one tile? Depends a bit on the position of the thing as well. Yes, we have a flame spitting or fire breathing forgotten beast, so that's why I call it a flamethrower. It did burn a couple of goblins in that previous siege, so it is definitely living up to its name. Actually, it doesn't need to be. I just want them to give no space to escape, like here do, like a U-loop. And as long as it stays there, it will see them coming through the corridor and breathe on them. Yes, I have a bridge here that is currently up because I don't want the thing to breathe fire on my dwarves. And then the bridge comes down and it sees whoever walks in here, and it was breathing fire just fine on the goblins. This kind of setup does not work with the dragon, because it is so hard to have dragon fire safe bridge. But for a fire breather, this does work. Because dragon's fire destroys almost everything in the game, including bridges. Not when they are up, but when we would put it down, it would be destroyed if this was a dragon. But yeah, which actually reminds me something I did not mention before in this series. Those who were watching Beer Beers might remember, but this this world is in the Age of Legends, which means that enough mega beasts have died that we have left the Age of Myth. And I don't think we have entered second age of myth, so no, not enough mega beasts have appeared. There are dragon resistant materials, but the thing is that they are well, one of them is the stone in hell, which cannot be mined, but it's still it's still listed as a material. There's no indicator for for a dragon safe material, but slade with a D is the material, the stone of hell, and if you could mine it, it would be both magma safe and dragonfire safe. But I don't know why it's listed, because it's basically impossible to get. But yeah, fire imps is one. But then the problem is that you can't make building blocks out of those things. It used to be possible to kill a dragon, make soap out of the tallow of the dragon, and the soap was dragonfire safe, and you could build stuff out of soap. But they took the building with soap away from this version, or maybe already in the previous versions, I don't know. But yeah, soap was the thing before. And ash as well. Yeah, you could use the ash bars as a building material. Yeah. Okay, but I think instead of just making too high walls here, because that would give a flyer ability to fly above the spears. So I think because I think that still works as the outside. I will let them floor the whole thing off, and so you know what I want the flooring on that. No, I will put it on later. So this way, something that goes in the corridor, they can't jump up or fly above the spears. And also we need right. Guard dog died in here, so we need a new dog. Need a new dog. And we need a non-wild animal in here. So choose that dog. So why are you not taking these ones anywhere? You're not melting the stuff fast enough? That might be it. You know what? I will stop making willow pins, because it seems that it's not growing fast enough. Let's make other pins. Stop caring about that one. Willow pins, there we go. Can we not take away the willow? Can we say no material or any material? Apparently no, you can't reset that once you have set it. Yeah, the problem is I don't have any of the lighter trees in large quantities at least. Yeah, I will have to take that away. So let's do that again. So we have been a little bit short on pins. Just make them of any. Make them of any. Oh right. Did we get to bury that one properly? These are all the animals. Oh, there we go. I wonder if they smashed their body instead of putting them in there. At least it's considered a tomb. But we should make a slab for them. We haven't been engraving any slabs, so that's it. Not memorialized, so that means that my dumping mechanism actually dumped the corpse before we took it to a tomb. It shouldn't work like that. They should get the tomb, and that should assign the body to the tomb instead of the dump. That is weird. It shouldn't work like that. Basically, they have a tomb, but the corpse was never placed in there, so they would come back to haunt us if I didn't do the slab. So I think a proper place for their memorial is no, wait, why are you doing that? You don't need to like actually hack away whatever I built on top of those things. So I think a proper place for their slab is on top of this trap corridor that they help to build with their blood. So the Slapperino. Pretty sure they died in here, like in one of these spots, at least close to it. That was the 4th dwarf who died. So we had you, Peladoris, the first death on the taming the elephants, and then 2 died in the agitated animal attacks. That's it. Only 4. Why aren't my dwarves melting stuff? Why is no one taking the task? Or is there just so much stuff to melt? Okay, there we go. Maybe they are now on the job. I think I need to up my capacity. So how I was doing that was that, yeah, these are all melting. Okay, so then this could. I could add in here that you will like melt a metal object. Actually no, I will not. I will just let 4 do it. There was 1 who died. We had 1 who was wounded but probably survived. So I think we had 1 in the cage. Well, actually, I think we had. Can we still see the? Oh, I should have look at the logs. So I think we had 3 dwarves falling in there. Shorast went to the cage, so did not fall into the spears, and then Let's actually go take a look at Rested Bandy. They have wounds, because stupid me didn't look at the log. They were not wounded, so probably nothing too serious. They did have an armor on, so... But yeah, only one died, that we know. We didn't see a message of someone being missing either. I have not looked at... I have not looked at these in a while. And we didn't look at the dog statue either, we need to look at that as well. Yeah, I think another raid would be in order as well. It's been already a while. Because they paid us a visit, it's only proper that we pay them a visit as well. And also, I like that to be closed now. This one. Go. Suffocated, slain by menacing steel spike. Rip a Reno. I think this is the layer where we have the Golden Serpent. Golden Serpent ruling this one, so let's see. Let's see if they find each other. Can't I click you? There we go. Getting complaints about the rough gems because we have rock crystals that they count as gems for the order rule. No, they don't. What the hell? We have forbidden all of those. They should be fine. Weird. Okay, so let's see if this one finds the other beast. Seems pretty slow, this one. Grizzleworm. Dark blue hair. Square shell. Also, it seems that for some reason the game speed has slowed down a lot. Interesting. I didn't pay attention, was it like that before or is it now with this thing pathing here? Did we not have a forgotten beast in there? I guess not. It's not right now. Also we have all those goblins to kill. Yeah, I think the other one is in another. This one, no. Yeah, we don't see anyone else at the moment. So I don't know where they are. I don't know where the others are. Pretty sure I had one in this one. Okay, now it actually no, it goes down again. So I think we have been hovering in like 60 and 70 FPS. So now I don't know, was it because of that guy or something else? Okay, that guy actually did have an effect for sure. Now 50 again. It's trying to path somewhere. Oh, oh no! This is the one. This is the Golden Serpent. Yeah, it found its way to the visible map again. They did not fight yet. Oh no, but they are in a different cavern. This is the third layer. There's no one in the second, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now that we have pins... Are you actually collecting these ones? Yes, you are. Okay. Okay, good. Good, good. Why is no one taking care of this sock? Please dump it. The sock is smelling so bad. True. Trap corridor bait 1. Yeah, the sock is so smelly that no one wants to go near. Well, now someone did go and clean it when I asked them to. Okay, let's see about the flow of the waterfall. I think we don't have much of a flow, so it's probably not even going. Oh, it is actually with that flow filling here, so it's actually like pretty good flow at the moment. We are not seeing like freeze and forest on the other end, but it's kind of a good amount of flow. But I think most of the mist happens... Oh, actually, no, it's working pretty well now. It's working pretty well. The only thing here is that kind of... Are we... Right. We're actually getting most of the water going to the top side and less here because we don't have one in here. So we need to take these out as well, so that we get water on this side as well. I think it's working pretty well. They are getting waterfall dots. Is the unhappy dwarf still the mercenary? No. Jackal got pissed off something. What's happened? Got a minor injury? When did that happen? Okay. You were not even hospitalized and you were still annoyed. Well, it was annoyed, nothing more than that. Restless after being unable to practice martial arts, so you could be in a military. That could probably be a good place for you. Which actually reminds me that was the dwarf who died in a military by any chance? Probably not, because they were not... But actually they were naked. They could have been in a military. No. I think they only have one. So they basically have their rights. Actually, I don't know why. Wait. Why are you even... It's somewhat impaired. Does that mean that even with the suture in the right wrist, you have not been... Oh, no, no. Oh, right. They don't have a left hand. That's why they... Right. This was 10 years ago already. Yeah. This was the one. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, that's... Well, that does impair your grasp a little bit if you don't have the hand. Yeah, that's... Yeah, again, they are not stressed anymore. They were there temporarily. But I think maybe some panic reliving being attacked. Yeah, those are the things. Like after 10 years, they still have. Ooh, they actually got a memory from a waterfall. That is nice. After 9 years, they still panic reliving the attack of the agitated animals. Okay, I think they will be fine. They were in the red for a while, but they jumped to the orange already. And the mercenary is climbing up from the red as well, so that's good. I think Jackal will be fine. Varakim is still a little bit stressed. Because Varakim is actually stressed. Jackal is still healthy, so they don't actually have like a long-term stress at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I think a new raid is in order. So let's go and see. Do we go to the same place, but this time we actually openly attack? Or yeah, I think so. Let's attack the same place, but this time we pillage. Openly attack. We'll send the commander. The commander squad. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, they are now on a mission. I'm trying to click this one. There we go. I'll take a screenshot of their nicknames, just in case they get some significant kills, because I think they might lose their names. And this time that should work properly, because these are not the war dogs. So with them, and all the war dogs should actually leave with them. Interestingly, the commander squad is almost fully battle axes. And once again, Greybalk's cats follow follow the commander to the edge of the map. Why are you going from that side? Okay, sure. All but one in the first squad have war dogs, so we had 19 strong going in. Good. Those elephants got babies. Yeah, I will see about the rooms. Yeah, But yeah, we got 10 goblins. 10 goblins, so I'm thinking that will we like make we have the barracks in here, and they are training in there. So what if I? All right, but we have the aquifer here to deal with, because if we would have like the cages up here, we could drop the goblins in here, and these guys could attack them. I kind of like that idea if we continue to train here. That is. So I was thinking that I would get the military to train outside as well. So I think I've been staying inside so much that we can potentially be having cave adaptation on some of the dwarves. I kind of liked the idea that we would close this one, we would drop them here, and my guys could just attack them. Or we would just move the arena elsewhere. But I think I kind of like this. I like this idea. So I think I will do it. So we would have to clear at least this level above it. This level above it, and so this would be to 1. Looking at we'll see how I put the cages in there. It's not 100% optimal size-wise, but we can live with it. So then this one would be like this, just like that, and then we would first go around it, build walls, and then mine it all out. And then this could be mined normally. Alright, they actually could exit that with a corner. No, but wait, I have to... damn aquifers. I have to do it here as well. The ceiling will be... ceiling will also ooze. Oh, they were fast this time. When when we didn't have to wait for the dog to join. They're back already. Oh, looks like they they dropped their loot in there. We stole some instruments from them. Let's see, did you keep your room? Nope, the room is gone. Room is gone. Yep. That is a little bit annoying, but we can live with it. We can live with it. Let's go take a look at the reports. So let's look at the mission report first. Summer 130. So we left. We went to the goblin place I can't move the map to. This time Greymalk out. No, wait. Oh, there's a dwarven leader. This is the Erush who killed the dog. So that goblin pit is actually led by a dwarf. Let's see what happens when we actually meet the Erush again. If someone gets to kill them. So we struck down one of the goblins. Ooh, dwarf Ilral Tinflickers clashed with 7 goblins, slaying 6. Ooh, nice. Nice. Yeah, here we go. So then confronted goblin, who was struck down. Oh, once again the leader dwarf fought a dog, but the dog escaped this time. Are you telling me no one struck down the... Ah, there we go. Greymalk took down the evil dwarf. Ha ha ha! Yes, nice, nice. What did you bring with you? Backpack, shield, bucklers, longsword, and one instrument. All right. Let's see if. All right, they are still on the way. They're still on the way. Very nice, very nice. All right. Right. I am actually throwing away the... I am throwing away the instruments. Because we might get some instruments that we can't otherwise get. So we will not want... We will not want musical instruments in here. We will not want instruments in here. So these stockpiles shouldn't take codices to begin with. And then, because these reset, we take the pins out. So go. And this way the instruments should be taken to the tavern. Tavern or the temple, because I think they still have space for it. Yeah. Although... Dodong. Yeah, that's definitely an instrument we didn't have. Pretty sure. Oh, we only have 3 miners. Right. Actually, Jackal could join the mining again. Come miner, because I had quite a lot of miners in the military, and that was messing up with their uniforms. Yeah, I put unhappy one in there actually. At least they get satisfaction at work. Alright, but I want this to be accessed not from this hallway, but from here. So let's stop there. No, but we only need to access this level. But I still need to mine that out from above to avoid water. So I guess I might as well then go down there as well. We actually brought mica in these. You know what? I will replace these old ones and use chalk here instead and use that mica elsewhere. Mica here as well. I did. Steal those original foundation stones we brought with us. Use them somewhere better. Armor withdraws. See what they will reclaim. I also noticed we were quite short on chalk blocks, so let's continue to do those. 50. Hey Passenger, how you doing? Do we have stairs? Let's wall this whole thing off. Ooh, they were mechanic as well. Okay, so we're getting yet another artifact mechanism. In one way, it's always awesome to get them, but it's also the least exciting of the strange moods, because you know exactly what you're gonna get. Because I think I think even traction bench comes from the stoneworker instead of mechanics when it's a strange mood. Even the traction bench is normally made in a mechanics. Hey, Bjorn the boss, how you doing? Okay, so now these ones were full, so now we can mine this layer completely, and this will be the actual how should I call it? Drop the enemies. Drop the enemies in here layer. It's a hard way to say it, but anyway. But this water here will dry, because it's no longer oozing anything. And looking at the water generation of the waterfall, it is actually working really well. We're steadily getting those waters, and this continues to stay full. Not evaporating on this level. That means not too much. So that is working pretty well. For some reason that was considered wet because we had water above it. Yep. A mechanism. I think that was our fourth. And the reason for this is, in case you haven't been in this fort for a while, we have been using guilds. And guilds are pretty powerful. We have 32. We have about 40 legendary armor smiths. Not like only these guys have actually been doing armors. Weaponsmiths 32. About the same, about 40. Mechanics 31 legendary ones. And only like handful have actually been doing stuff. So all the strange moves, almost all the strange moves we get are either armor smith, weaponsmith, or mechanic. Especially on like a 13-year-old fort like this one. But on the other hand, we were at this stage already like on year 5. No, I did not check at the statue. I'm about to place it on top. Yeah, hopefully. Actually, if we don't get any information, I could actually make multiples of those so that we have a higher chance of getting more information. Getting the demands met. Does a blacksmith skill train all the blacksmith skills? No, blacksmith is a separate one. There's a metalsmith guild, which is the kind of the overlaying guild. how you can actually see that if you look at the labors. If you look at weaponsmithing ones, you have a metalsmithing on top as a kind of the generic one, and then these 5 are under it. So metal crafting, blacksmithing, armoring, weaponsmithing, and furnace operating. I believe this is something I never remember. The blacksmithing. I think blacksmithing is like making metal furniture. So like blacksmithing is basically the old mason stone carver in this case for stone. So if you make metal furniture, it's blacksmithing. But I have noticed that the dedicated guilds, they train the skills much more, because the skill training is much more focused. Because in the metalsmithing guild that we have, someone might go there and have a furnace operating demonstration. Next time they have a blacksmithing demonstration. Next time they have metal crafting. It's kind of it's much slower with those guilds. But with the guilds, the biggest lesson from this one is that they are completely OP. Especially and when you actually build the guilds without any petitions. Just make the guilds whenever you like it. If you want more weaponsmiths, make a weaponsmiths guild, and you will get them, 100% sure. Actually, I haven't looked at my furnace operators, like how... So we have a lot of these double armorsmiths, weaponsmiths, but I haven't looked at my furnace operators, how good they are. Because we haven't... experts. We haven't had a guild for furnace operators apart from that main guild. I was watching if someone would come and smelt some stuff or do things like that. See a furnace operator here in action. But yeah, let's make a statue. Statue of Gatzen Close Book. Edom. Dwarves. Let's see, that's Greymalk, the militia commander, so let's put one in there as well. See how well they have reclaimed rooms now that I didn't touch them. They have gone back and take a room. They have found a room. So they will get their rooms, but it's kind of this one hasn't slept yet probably. Yeah. We'll get their rooms when they go and sleep, so I will probably not bother. We'll just make sure we have enough rooms. I will not reassign them every time. Also, I'm thinking that could why is that not being collected? Silver Scourge. Should definitely hit the rules in this one. Oh no, we have the right. Okay, now I know what's going on. I know what's going on. This should actually get all of this quality. Doesn't matter. No, but with this one I was right. No, that's fine. It's fine. That's why it was not collected, because I had silver and steel separated, because we have been making them. Okay, but then in here, so we're gonna have if this was one bigger, I think I will keep it same size there, so that's fine. Let's just make no, but I can have the holes like this, this and this, this and this, and then if I, yeah, this could be bigger on that side. That side, and it will not ooze water, so let's do that. This side I'm not gonna make it as big. Then we build hatches. Hatches, and however I build cages here, they will always be next to the cover wherever they are. We start dumping them in. Then I will make like a 9 position pit in here. So I will make this one a practice enemies. Will be animals, goblins for now. Take from there. So now whenever we dump these guys, the cage is always next to one of the pits. Or for a quick dump. Did you put new cage traps in place of goblins you captured? Yes, that's automatic. It's automatic on the cage traps. They load these automatically after they collect the ones, as long as you have cages. Okay, but now we want to strip these goblins at least out of their weapons. I was thinking that I could let them keep their armor for them to give a little bit of a challenge for my guys. So let's see if I could do that from here. Because the think, for example, if I look at this this silver battle axe, this is either this would already be command to be melted if it was if we already have it. So all these low quality things that we are seeing, they are probably in the hands of oh right, we have those guys. Okay, so then I can't so ideally find the goblin weapons unless I check them separately. So maybe I will just not bother doing that, and I will set out a dump here. We call disarm dump. And when we have that one, I wish so much I could pause the areas in here, because then what I could do, like I have done with this one, this is paused at the moment. So if I could just pause the main garbage dump from that menu, it'd be so nice. Let's pause that one, and also hot tip: if you can pause zones. For example, if you don't want your dwarves to have a tavern, you can go here and you can pause that zone. You don't need to remove it. Anyway, so that's how you can have multiple dump zones available, and just pause the ones you are not using at the moment. So then when we take these goblins and we take dump from their items, we do like this, but then we undump the cage itself. Oops, what did I click? Oh, right. I do have to exit this one to actually select the cage. So we undump the cage. Everything inside, basically what the goblins are wearing, the dwarves will go and rip them off. Rip them off the goblins. We would prefer going just for their weapons, but so this way we have a group disarm here, so we come and strip the goblins, because each item like generates a dumping task that they are now dumping in this one tile. That is actually pretty hilarious. I think in the old versions you could actually look inside on their items and kind of just select them, select their weapon to be disarmed, for example. Okay, so that was all their items, including their socks. So then we can actually claim all this stuff, and they will be processed accordingly. Which we could actually look at. That is this now working with a little bit less danger. The problem with this dumping system that it's safe, but it takes a long time for the thing to actually fill. Plus the minecart then can take so much of this code, but we have the every 14-day dump if nothing else. Okay, so that seems to be working quite well actually. So then we... and the rest of it should be taken in here for smelting. Yep. Silver flares are actually, or silver whips are pretty... Did I have a whip there? I was thinking about the whip, but I look at the flail. Silver whips we might actually keep. Okay, I think the only problem with this the problem with this is that will we have some dwarves who then see the goblins die and get traumatized by that? So should we somehow limit the visibility of the civilians from here to there? Maybe it's long. Maybe it's long. You asking her, just wait for the next goblin siege. If since you missed the last one, like the defenses are just incredible. The minecart grinder against goblins, it was too good. I literally turned off the grinder to not kill all of them in the first tiles, so that we could actually see the flamethrower in action and see the spear traps in action. Because this thing would have killed each and every one of them if I let it run. So that's a little bit silly how good that is. Okay, but yeah, now I need to decide that will I mass dump the goblins here, or will I put them in one by one? Let's do this. So this should be the practice enemy. Please drop. Practice enemy bits. So then now, if I take from here and we take a couple of these goblins here. Actually, I should have like cage traps here just in case or something. On the other hand, no, but this actually I actually should have an opening here in case the goblins actually escape. There's like a goblin thief or something. They escape the one who tries to beat them, and then they would run in here. If I have an opening here, we would still see them. You know, I think that's actually a good idea. We'll do it next time. Let's see how they drop them into the pits. Okay, these guys are going in. We are about to see some goblins fall in here. And we attack them immediately and murder them. Why did you... Where are you running? What is this? Are you actually running away from the... Are you actually kidding me? All those military dwarves got terrified in the conflict? Whoa, what the hell? My military needs practice, Jesus. That did not go as planned. What the fuck? Hopefully this guy doesn't have a weapon. Yeah, they don't. They have been crying. Gee, yeah, that was not okay. It's good that we start introducing them to the live enemies. Jeez, yeah, that did not go as planned. I think they even attacked the dog, bastards. So that was my brave military. You know, oh, there's a... Okay, the cave, the pit trap did not work really well. Okay, militia free. Love it, love it. Hopefully this guy was tripped as well. Yeah, it was. Oh jeez, what a disaster. What a disaster arena. Oh man, that was hilarious. How do you make looting dead people forbidden? The hammer symbol for labor menu, so Y. Standing orders, sieges and forbidding, and then have all these, well, have whatever be forbidden that you want, but forbid other death items is a good one to have, and all these siege options. This is the default settings actually here. So labor menu, standing order, sieges and forbidding, and make sure these bottom 6 are forbid. Others, well, however you like. But all of them got terrified of being in a conflict. Yeah, that was not a good first test. Oh, hilarious. Okay, let's do a. Okay, how to? And also they even failed the bidding in there. Like, what the hell? Did we get someone in the hospital because of that? No. No, but I did see them attacking a dog. Maybe they didn't have a chance. Maybe we actually got. Okay, but that was way too exposed to the rest of the forts, and it takes way too long for them to haul the corpses away. Do we need like a dedicated corpse hauler or something? Well, they are bringing their body parts first. They are not taking the. That is taking way too long. Let these corpses being in here. That was hilarious how literally the whole military ran away. Ah, goblins! Boys, this is the arena where we are supposed to practice these things. Amazing. I would have built this a little bit differently. This needs some improvement. I don't know how they escaped the pitching. That is true, Akurno. I would run away as well if a goblin fell from the ceiling. Yes, but kind of just role play with me here a little bit. They knew that was about to happen. They were they were practicing for with live targets. But yeah, I don't know. It was funny. Okay, but this save does remind me of drinking. Also, thanks for reminding Munagas as well. And it's finally time for a break. So let's take a break here and. Oh right, we didn't read the dog statue. I will try to remember when I come back from break. With Dwarf Fortress, there's always something that pops up, and keeping focus in this game is it's an interesting training. But yes, see you guys in just a moment, and let's continue after the break.